How does a tonic-clonic seizure affect the brain neurologically? Imagine a sudden electrical storm inside the brain that disrupts everything in its path. That's essentially what happens during a tonic-clonic seizure. These seizures cause a massive surge of electrical activity that spreads quickly across both sides of the brain, involving different brain regions like the cortex, subcortical areas, and the brainstem. This abnormal electrical burst is what leads to the characteristic symptoms of the seizure. At the start, the seizure enters what's called the tonic phase. During this time, neurons fire in a highly synchronized but chaotic manner, causing the muscles all over the body to stiffen. This stiffening results from an overwhelming amount of excitatory signals overpowering the brain's usual inhibitory controls. The neurotransmitter gamma-aminobutyric acid, which normally helps calm neural activity, is temporarily outmatched, leading to this intense firing. This phase also causes a loss of consciousness because the brain's normal communication pathways are disrupted. As the seizure progresses, the brain shifts from this chaotic firing to a different pattern called aphaptic conduction. This is a direct electrical communication between neurons that doesn't involve typical synapses. It causes rhythmic jerking movements, known as the clonic phase, which are caused by oscillations in neuronal firing. These oscillations create the repetitive muscle contractions seen during the seizure. The root of this abnormal activity often lies in an imbalance between excitation and inhibition in the brain. This imbalance can be due to genetic factors affecting ion channels or neurotransmitter receptors, or from acquired brain injuries or conditions that alter neural circuits. During a seizure, there's often an excessive releases of excitatory neurotransmitters like glutamate and a reduction in inhibitory signals from gamma-aminobutyric acid. This combination causes neurons to fire uncontrollably, creating the electrical storm. This intense electrical activity can have several neurological effects. It spreads rapidly through large areas of the brain, disrupting normal communication between different brain networks. This widespread disruption leads to the loss of awareness and consciousness, and after the seizure ends, many people experience confusion, disorientation, and fatigue, known as the postictal state. If seizures happen repeatedly or last too long, they can cause neuronal injury, damaging brain cells and circuits. Over time, this damage might contribute to cognitive problems, memory issues, or mood changes. Additionally, generalized tonic-clonic seizures can temporarily impair the blood-brain barrier, which normally protects the brain from harmful substances, making the brain more vulnerable to future injuries and lowering the seizure threshold. In summary, a tonic-clonic seizure causes a neurological storm in the brain, overwhelming normal inhibitory controls with a wave of synchronized electrical activity. This leads to widespread neuronal firing, disruption of normal brain function, and potential injury if seizures are frequent or prolonged. Understanding these processes helps explain why these seizures produce symptoms like muscle stiffening, convulsions, loss of consciousness, and confusion afterward. Always remember, if you or someone else experiences a seizure, seeking medical advice from a healthcare professional is essential for proper management and care.